Clouds tonight, low around 58. Showers likely tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high near 73. Showers likely tomorrow night, mostly cloudy, low 57. 30% chance of showers on Sunday, partly sunny, high 74. It's 73 degrees.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
The High School Football Preview Show!
Presented by Zaxby's Chicken on the Bypass in Danville. Good evening. Welcome to week number 10 of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Joe Mathis and Liam Tomlinson are here in the press box at Danville High School. I guess the Danville football field, not necessarily at the high school, but we're here for the high school football playoffs. First round of the playoffs. You heard Jim Mora start off the show. Playoffs? You know anything about that, Liam?
Giants coach?
No, Jim Mora when he was the coach of the Colts. You don't remember that?
Playoff? When he goes to playoffs?
Yeah, playoffs. Yeah, he was the coach of the Colts. No, he was good. How old are you again?
21.
21, okay. I guess that makes sense. That would have happened when you probably not even been born yet when that happens. So.
I see the little meme where he's like, playoffs.
Playoffs, yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight, the high school football playoffs. And happy to have you aboard the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, again live from Danville Admirals football field. And we have 6 games to talk about tonight on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. And we'll talk about those in just a second. First of all, if you've never been a part of the show before, if you're listening for the first time, we're so glad you decided to tune in tonight. At HTRJoe on Twitter is the way to follow along and be a part of the show. That's at HTRJoe on Twitter, and to be a part of the show tonight. And we'd love to have you part of it. Send me your comments, your concerns, your questions, your vicious remarks at HTRJoe. Zaxby's is the title sponsor of the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show, and was by there earlier today. Radio Rick went by there. I did my thing. I got my boneless wings and things and nuclear sauce, and so I'm good to go. What's the deal of the week on the app, Liam?
I don't know if they still have it on the app anymore. I think this was through the middle of October, but it was the free large Zax snack. I mean, if you
just
check
to register for the app?
Yeah, just make an account on the app.
So Liam is a college student, right? So Liam knows all the good deals. You got to save as much money as you can when you're in college. I mean, I was the same way when I was in college. You got to find the deals. So go to the Zaxby's app. Maybe you can download the app and find a good deal there, or just do it the old-fashioned way. Go to the restaurant. Tell them you heard them this evening on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. And we certainly appreciate Zaxby's. This is our 11th year of the show, which is crazy to think about. But they've been the title sponsor since episode 1, season 1, all the way back 11 years ago. So we appreciate Zaxby's and their title sponsorship. As we mentioned, 6 games tonight on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Starting off right here where we are in Danville, Monroe County, is at Danville, the Falcons. And on Monday, I was in studio. I was wearing my Atlanta Falcons polo. The Falcons they completely falconed on Sunday, then unfalconed, and the Panthers falconed, and the Falcons ended up winning the game. So the Falcons are in first place in the NFC South, so I'm excited about that. They were supposed to be terrible this year, and they probably aren't very great, but they are in first place through about midway point in the season. So I was happy about that. I was wearing my Falcons polo in studio, and I didn't realize Monroe County was the Falcons, so here I am talking with Coach Peach on Monday, and on the live stream I'm wearing a Falcons polo while we're talking about the Monroe County Falcons. I'm not rooting for them tonight. No, we're not. So they are playing Monroe County, Danville, Monroe County tonight, 7:30 on WHIR. Rowan County is at Boyle County, 7:30 kickoff on Z105 WR and ZFM. Mercer County is at Elizabethtown. Tough one tonight for the Titans. We'll have that game at 7:30 on 99.5 FM WHBN. Garrett County is at Fleming County tonight. A winnable game for the Golden Lions, and certainly hope they pull that out. Big time win for them 2 weeks ago against Rockcastle County to beat Rock County to get that 3 seed, to be able to go to Fleming County and give themselves a chance to win that first-round playoff game. We hope that happens tonight, 7:30 on HometownLive.net. And 2 other games in our immediate area. Lincoln County is at Johnson Central. Tough one for the Patriots tonight. And Webster County. I don't know where Webster County is. I would guess southwestern Kentucky if I had to guess.
South Central.
South Central?
Somewhere, yeah, for sure.
You act like you know. Are you for sure?
Yeah, for sure.
Because you got family down in the Paducah area, we learned. So Webster County's not down in that area?
No.
Because you would have known if it was because you got family there.
In the real Western Kentucky now.
Yeah, you got to go way out there to get in the real Western Kentucky. Webster County's at Casey County. That game's actually 8 o'clock, so I figure Webster County's got a long drive to make it there. It's an 8 o'clock kickoff. They pushed that kickoff back 30 minutes to allow Webster County to get there. We're going to start off the show tonight talking Mercer County at E-Town. So the Titans taking on the Panthers. We'll start off with that. We have the final week of the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft will be coming your way as well. We'll have that coming up. We have Mr. Packett with Packett's Picks. He was not on the air last week, but we were able to get Packett on this week, so we'll have him on with Packett's Picks as well. So got a lot to talk about tonight on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. Again, you can tweet at me at HTRJoe on Twitter, and we'd love to have you on the show tonight. Liam is in here with us in the press box, and we are live at Danville's football field for the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and HometownLive.net.
This is Jesse Johnson, Senior Vice President of Whitaker Bank's newest branch, located in downtown Danville at 218 West Main Street. Whatever your banking needs, Whitaker Bank is here to help. Give us a call at 859-236-9822 to discuss your options and let us put our experience in customer service to work. We look forward to speaking with you. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Here at Zaxby's, we have perfectly paired all of our sauces to go with our hand-breaded chicken fingers. Seriously, it's science. Each flavor profile is in perfect harmony with each other. The crisp, zesty notes of honey mustard, the full, rounded, bold flavor of buffalo garlic blaze, the elegant, spicy smoke of Tug Torch, all the perfect pair to our famous chicken fingers. Test them out for yourself and grab some extra napkins. Select one from our 12 sauce options. There's endless sauce abilities, only at Zaxby's.
Big changes are coming to the HVAC industry this January.
The minimum efficiency rating of equipment is increasing nationwide.
If your HVAC system is more than 8 years old, or if you would like a quote on upgrading your current system, call ADA Heating and Air.
Upgrading to a new, more efficient system now will save you money immediately on your utility bills and may qualify you for tax credits in 2023.
Call ADA Heating and Air for a free estimate.
ADA is on the way.
Great! See, we're practically sitting on the field. If you could sit here.
Your food and drinks will be right over.
Oh, yes! For the same price as way up here. Great seats. Right up here with a blimp. Why wouldn't you? It's the same with auto insurance. With discounts up to 40%, it's possible to get the personal service of a State Farm agent for the same or less than those other guys.
See your State Farm agent in Harrodsburg, David Hopewell, and Randy Couch.
Joe Madison, Liam. Well, that was unfortunate. I don't know. Something happened with our antenna there. We'll see if we can get that figured out. Liam, did you do that?
Definitely did.
We'll try not to do that again. Liam, by the way, did look up where Webster County was. Webster County is literally in western Kentucky, so we got the geography part right, but we had no idea where in western Kentucky it was. So it is a drive for Webster County to get here, so that's why they're starting that game at 8 o'clock tonight. Let's start off with Mercer County and E-Town. Actually, before that, Quadruple Coverage is a local. They've got a social media page and following and all that, and they cover our teams in our immediate area, and they really like the Jim Mora intro to the playoffs. So you can follow them on Twitter at Quadruple Coverage, and they keep you up to date on Danville, Boyle, Garrett, and Lincoln County. Appreciate them listening to the show tonight. Let's talk about Mercer County and E-Town. Mercer County traveling to Elizabethtown tonight for the first-round matchup, courtesy of Mercer County being the 3 seed in their district and E-Town being the 2 seed in their district. Now we see how big that loss is to Henry County, because if Mercer County wins that game, they're at home tonight. The district doesn't get any favors regardless, because Henry County's at home against a pretty good Nelson County team that's also 7-3, albeit a little bit lighter competition with what E-Town has played. But again, it was a 41-38 game in overtime. If Mercer County just beats Henry County, they settled for a field goal in overtime. They made it, but Henry County scored a touchdown to win it. If they win, they're at home tonight playing Nelson County instead of going on the road to take on this E-Town team. E-Town is led by head coach Ross Brown, who was the son of former head coach Mark Brown. Now, Mark Brown is kind of a legendary name in that area. Coached 38 years for 6 different teams. He ended his career coaching at Elizabethtown, where he took them to 3 Class 3A state semifinals. In fact, in 2017, 2017, I remember when Danville was in the state semis against Glasgow. We traveled down to Glasgow to do that game. That was the year, of course, Danville and Boyle County both won Titletown. When Danville beat Glasgow that night in the state semis, Boyle County, playing in 3A at that point, beat E-Town in the state semifinals that night and beat Mark Brown in that game. So, they obviously being kind of nearby, they've had some games against our area teams and taken on another area team tonight in the playoffs. Now, when Mark Brown, the head coach before his son Ross has been the head coach now, when Mark Brown stepped down in January of 2020, his son Ross took over. And he immediately won 12 straight games to begin his coaching career at E-Town. Now, 2020, remember, was the COVID season. So he won 12 straight games. There were cancellations. The season started late, all that. So he was 12-0 his first 12 games, made it to the state championship that year in game number 13, and lost to Ashland Blazer in that state championship game. So finished his first season at 12-1 with a championship loss to Ashland Blazer. Since then, things haven't been necessarily as smooth. They went 5-6 last year, but they are 7-3 this year. They're the number 2 seed in that district, only behind Bardstown, who was one of 5 teams in Class 3A to finish the season a perfect 10-0. That's crazy that 5 different teams in Class 3A were unbeaten to end the year.
Yeah, it's hard for any team to finish
Yes,
the year
and
undefeated.
there's 5 of them in the
Yeah.
same class. And Bardstown is one of those. So Bardstown's the number 1 seed, E-Town the number 2 seed, with Mercer County being the 3 seed. They travel to E-Town tonight. These two teams have never played in the WHIR scoreboard era, which goes back to 1998 on the KHSA website. Their first matchup will come tonight in the playoffs. They have combined for a grand total of 1 championship. E-Town has played in 3 state championship games. They've never won one. Of course, Mercer County won back in 2006. They were the Class 2A state champions. Let's talk about this E-Town team. Offensively speaking, this is a very talented unit. They are 7-3, and when they win, boy, do they win. They put up a ton of points in their wins. They have scored 349 points this season. 90% of those 349 points, 90% of them, 315 to be exact, have come in their 7 wins. So you do the math, they're averaging 45 points a game when they win this season. Now, it's a different story when they lose. In their 3 losses this year, they've scored a combined 34 points. And 25 of those 34 came in one game against Ashland Blazer when they got shut out back on, or when they lost back on August the 1st. So their other 2 losses, a 43-9 loss to Owensboro Catholic. By the way, circle that Owensboro Catholic team. If Danville wins this week and Danville wins next week, there is a great chance they're on the road round 3 at Owensboro Catholic, the way the RPI is going to shake out. So we may see an Owensboro Catholic team in 2 weeks from today, but they lost 43-9 to OCATH. They got shut out 21-0 to Bardstown. So when they score, they're winning. When they're losing, they're just not scoring. It's not like they're scoring a ton of points when they lose. They're just not scoring at all when they lose.
Yeah, scoring points is usually a recipe for success.
Great recipe to win games,
I like the strategy by that.
Yes, yeah, that's a great strategy. Our strategy tonight to score as many points as we can, boys. Let's go out there and complete that goal. So what is their offense? Well, this is an extremely run-heavy offense. This team has run 378 offensive plays this year. 292 of those have been running plays. So you do the math, 77-23 run pass, so a 77% run team. And they've gradually kind of gone that way since Ross Brown has taken over. In his dad's last year, Mark Brown's last year in 2019, they go more balanced. They're still heavier towards the run, but it's 57-43. Then Ross Brown takes over. Last year it's 75-25. Now this year it's 77-23 run pass. So they've gone more run heavy over the last 2 or 3 seasons. But it makes sense for them to do that. You have the team's leading rusher back from last year. The starting quarterback is back from last year, who actually led the team in rushing attempts last season. So, their strong suit is running the football. Leading rusher back, the quarterback who led them in rushing attempts is back. They're going to run the football. That's what they want to do. Here's the thing. If they can't run, they can't win. Their offense revolves around the run. They can't hit passes in terms of that's what their offense is revolving around. Now they're going to hit passes when they lull you to sleep with the run, kind of like what we thought Whitley County was going to do last week against Danville, but Whitley County just threw it all over Danville, threw for 250 yards, the most they've thrown for all season. But you look at their quarterback, and here's what I'm talking about. Their quarterback's a kid named Ryder Gregory. He has completed just 39 passes this year. So what is this, game number 11? 39 passes, 4 passes a game he's completing. 871 yards in just 39 passes, which is insane because you're talking about 22 yards of completion. For every completed pass, it's 22 yards of completion. Again, they can't beat you alone with the pass, but they can beat you with the passes if the run is working. So collectively, as a team, they only have about 51% completion percentage. It's not very good, but when you can rattle off runs like they can, you don't have to complete passes all that much, right? You run and you gain 9, 10 yards a run, and we'll talk about that in just a second, 6, 7 yards, whatever it may be. You do that play after play after play after play. You lull the team to sleep with a passing play. We saw Danville do it against Washington County 3 weeks ago. Remember, they ran the ball every single play, then they went play action, and Maury Brown hit Braden Boppin for a 49-yard gain in the second quarter. So teams can lull you to sleep with a run. They hit you deep over the top of the pass, and that's what Elizabethtown does. Just when you think you've got them figured out, they go pass, and it catches you off guard. In their wins this year, they averaged 32 carries for 288 yards and an average of 4 rushing touchdowns a game. 32 carries for 288 yards. Wrap your head around that. That's 9 yards a carry when they win.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive.
That is insane.
I think that was Chase Crone's stats for Simon Kenton single-handedly last game rushing.
You went and watched Simon Kenton last game. You were back. You were at senior night for your sister.
Woodford County, Simon Kenton.
Who won?
Simon Kenton.
Simon Kenton beat Woodford County.
Yeah, fun game.
So there you go. So Liam saw it firsthand then last week, a guy who was averaging 9 yards a carry. Maury Brown averages 10 yards a carry. So imagine essentially what Elizabethtown does every single time they run is what Maury Brown does every single time he runs. They get 9 yards a carry, right? So when you run it and you get 9 yards a carry, you don't have to beat teams with a pass because you're getting 9 yards a carry. So all you have to do is run the football. However, in games they lose, they average just 117 rushing yards a game. So in games they win, it's 288. In games they lose, it's 117. They carried it 35 times and 31 times versus Bardstown and Ashland Blazer. They don't have their stats up versus Owensboro Catholic yet when I check, but let's assume they carried it that much in that game as well. You're looking at a team that averages 3.5 yards per carry when they lose, 9 yards per carry when they win. So nearly triple the amount of yardage every time they carry the football when they win versus when they lose. And in their first 2 losses of the year, again, no stats from the Owensboro Catholic game, but against Ashland Blazer and against Bardstown, combined 8 for 23 passing. That's 35%, 147 yards, 1 touchdown, and 3 interceptions. So essentially, Mercer County tonight has to find a way to stop the run. They got to find a way, because if you can't, you're going to lose. You're not going to be able to beat them because the stats indicate when they win, they average 9 yards a carry. When they win, they average 200, nearly 300 yards rushing in a single game on the ground. They average 4 rushing touchdowns a game on the ground. So the Titans' defense tonight has got to find a way to stop the run.
Yeah, and you just give these guys more runs, more clock chews offense, less opportunities for Mercer County players to make plays, win the game.
Yeah, and when the clock chews off, and on top of that, when a team like E-Town is chewing the clock, running the football, and they're scoring on top of it, right? If they're not scoring, well, what's it matter? They're not putting points on the board. They can waste as much time as they want, but they're still scoring a ton. They're averaging 45 points a game when they win, so you got to find a way to stop their running game. Mercer County, offensively, there have been times they played well this year. There have been times they haven't played well this year, but really since they've entered district play, they've found their groove offensively. Christian Academy of Louisville, you throw that game out, they're otherworldly this year. They're predicted to win Class 3A. They beat Mercer County 51-7. They're beating everybody by that score. But aside from that, they put up 56 versus Western Hills. Okay, whatever. Western Hills maybe not that great, but still 56. They put up 38 versus Henry County. That's the number 2 seed in the district. And again, you're a couple of yards away from beating Henry County and being number 2 seed. They put up 63 versus West Jessamine, which may be their most impressive win of the season. And West Jessamine's not a phenomenal team, but they got a guy quarterback in Jacob Jones who may be one of the best playmakers in the state. West Jessamine went to Ashland Blazer. They hung 63 on Ashland Blazer. They hung 35 on Woodford County, the team you saw play last week. The defense held that high-powered offense of West Jessamine to just 13 points last week after they put up 63 on Ashland Blazer and 35 on Woodford County. So the offense for Mercer County is playing better. The defense has obviously the firepower to play good. They did it last week against a good West Jessamine offensive team. They got to find it this week against Elizabethtown. The offense has been, again, for the most part, good this year. Denham Griffith has been a huge part in that. In Mercer County, I think, honestly, they've kept teams off guard. with who they're going to start at quarterback. I know they kept me off guard. Every week during the fantasy draft, we feel like we figured them out. We went from Thaddeus Mays to Ashton Drakeford. We made Ashton Drakeford the quarterback. We made Thaddeus Mays the wide receiver. And then last week, it was back the opposite, where Thaddeus Mays was quarterback and Ashton Drakeford was the wide receiver, and they put up 63 points on West Chessman. So more than likely, I would think they stay with that protocol, but maybe keeping teams off balance, trying to figure out who's even going to be the starting quarterback for Mercer County from week to week.
Yeah, it's hard to game plan two quarterbacks. And Thaddeus Mays, I remember watching him, and that dude's a playmaker. It's hard to scout for him already.
So Mercer County, Elizabethtown, 7:30 kickoff tonight. Again, the tale of the game tonight is if you're going to that game or you're listening to Dan and Gary call that game on WHBN, is the rushing game. Is the rushing attack for E-Town. Does Mercer County have a chance to stop it? If they do, that's going to give them that's going to astronomically improve their odds of being able to win, because E-Town's not going to beat you with a pass, but they certainly can beat you with a run. At HTR Joe on Twitter, we love to have your thoughts, your concerns, your comments on the air at HTR Joe on Twitter. You're listening to the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show live from Admiral Stadium right here on the Hometown Radio Network. Coming up, we've got the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft. We also have Packett's Picks around the corner on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show on 103.9 FM WHIR, 99.5 FM WHBN, and HometownLive.net.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Hi, this is Jenny Holland, owner of the Danville Nutrition Center. At the Nutrition Center, our commitment to quality and integrity guides every aspect of our business. You can trust our Nutrigold line of certified, clean, organic, whole food vitamins such as plant-based vitamins D3, C Gold, Zinc Gold for your immune system. Nutrigold vitamins will be on sale every day to help you and your family stay healthy. We are located on 4th Street next to Sears. Danville Nutrition Center, big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Untangling your headphones, finding the right remote, saying goodbye to your favorite shirt that hasn't fit in 10 years. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who live in your community and answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like finding a new favorite shirt. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if Auto Owners makes sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer.
Megan, a pioneer and global leader in aerospace technology, manufacturing, and business, is hiring at its Danville, Kentucky location. Competitive wages earning up to $27 per hour to start. $2 per hour shift premium. Train on the job. Benefits include comprehensive affordable health insurance, paid holidays, 401k matching, and more. Megan, a clean, safe manufacturer that has a family-oriented, inclusive work environment. Apply online to Megan's Danville location at megacareers.com. That's MEGGITT careers.com.
Danville Family Dentistry, we're all about you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Neal at Danville Family Dentistry. We can all agree life is busy and our days are full. Don't let getting a dental appointment be part of the stress. Call us at 236-2488 and let us help keep your smile beautiful and healthy. We are open 5 days a week to accommodate your schedule. At Danville Family Dentistry, we are all about you. We are located at 132 North 2nd Street. Again, that's Danville Family Dentistry, 236-2488.
Good evening. Welcome to week number 10 of the Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft, the final week of the season. It all comes to an end. I feel like this year has just flown by, this football season has.
Only because it's gone so fast.
Exactly right. Rick is in studio, as you can tell, giving us his words of wisdom. Team Center Communications, Matt's in studio after taking last week off. Bum.
Hello.
Team Derek is here. Team Derek's been here every week. Well, he was in Florida a couple weeks, but he's at least been present every week.
Yeah, I was going to call Matt. I think it's the first time Matt's missed in like the whole 5 years that I've been doing this show. It's kind of crazy.
Mr. Packett is not here. Back-to-back weeks that Mr. Packett's not here.
Back-to-back it without Packett.
Yeah, so he's not in studio. So let's do our fantasy draft final week of the season. Before we do that, go to last week where Radio Rick took on me. Team Rick versus Team Me. It was a bad week for Rick.
Solomon Stonebreaker had 25.7, which is really good.
Nice.
Not good for pretty much everybody else. Denham Griffith had a good game for Mercer County, 17.7, but, Sage got hurt. Rick had Sage, so he got 0 from Sage. He got -3 from Boyle County's defense. When was the last time the Rebels scored negative in the defensive category?
Ouch.
-3 for Boyle County's defense. Got single digits from everybody else. 66.4 points for Radio Rick last week, which isn't going to win you any year, but certainly not this high-scoring year we've had.
No.
He took on me. My big score was Sawyer Horton, 38.6 points for Sawyer, the Lincoln County quarterback. He only threw for 92 yards, but he ran for 236 and 2 scores. Sawyer Horton got me 38.6. Micah Phillips, 13.5. Quisenberry, 12.5. Malachi Simmons got me 18. I had 3 goose eggs on my team. I got 0 from a wide receiver, 0 from a flex, 0 from my kicker. Still beat Rick, though, 88.6 to 66.4, even with 3 goose eggs. Mr. Packett versus Team Derek. Derek had a pretty good week, 37.8 from Ethan Willoughby. Had a massive week for Casey County. Way to go, Derek. 13.9 from Wade Lane, 12.1 from Evan Stevens, 11 for Mercer County's defense. We all laughed at Derek for picking the Titan defense, and he proved us wrong. 11 points for Mercer's defense.
Thank you. I assume you're telling me congratulations.
Yep, congratulations to you. 96 points, Team Derek.
You wanted to trade the Mercer County.
You tried to trade him to me, you traitor. That was literally traitor. In both ways the word can be said.
That was a joke. It's called reverse psychology. You
fooled me. You fooled me.
Read
because
about
I didn't want him.
Yeah, read about it.
96 points for you, Derek. Mr. Packett was not here last week either, so Rick and myself drafted for Mr. Packett.
Uh-oh.
And boy, did we do good. Did we do good for Mr.
Way to go, Rick.
Maury Brown last week with one of the greatest performances in the history of Danville football.
Almost took him number 1 overall.
Yeah.
I went back and forth.
And you went with Willoughby over Brown. If you went with Brown over Willoughby, you're a winner this week.
Yeah.
Maury Brown, 62.8 points.
Beat me by himself.
He beat Rick by him just about. You scored 66. He just about beat you by himself.
I was keeping up with your Twitter during the game, and I was just like, oh, crap.
This is ridiculous.
I'm definitely losing this week.
I got home from the Boyle County game after a game that was, pretty high scoring, and Joe was on the radio and said, with 5 minutes to play.
And you still have an hour and a half drive home, Joe.
Sorry, Joe.
62.8 points is the most ever scored by anyone in the history of the 8 leagues of this draft.
Wow.
Montaven Quisenberry had the previous record when he was the Garrett County quarterback last year. He had 59.9 week 5 of last year, and Maury beat that record by nearly 3 whole points, 62.8. Not only that, here's the most impressive thing about Maury. Earlier this season, he had a game where he scored like 53 points, which was the most ever scored by a running back in the history of this league when he was playing running back. So Maury holds the record now for most points ever scored by a quarterback overall, any player, and most points ever scored by a running back. He's the only player in the history of this league to have the top score in 2 different positions. I mean, you're looking at a player who, if he keeps this up, he could be the greatest high school fantasy football player in the history of this league. It's ridiculous what he does. And he just put up 62.8. It wasn't only that. Thaddeus Mays, who came out last week and played quarterback for Mercer County after we had him at wide receiver, put up 38.7 for Mr. Packett. He had him in his wide receiver spot. Braden Bachman put up 27.3 for Mr. Packett. Even with -5 from Danville's defense, the most you can get negative-wise from a defense is -5. 140.5 points for Mr. Packett. He had 2 goose eggs, and he had a -5 point score. And, I mean, we can congratulate Mr. Packett, but really congratulate me and Rick. We drafted a team for him. 140.5, and he beat Derek by about 45 points or so.
I think when I took care of myself better than that.
The quarterback swing really hurt.
The quarterback swing, yeah.
So we have Brown and Quisenberry for the next 2 years after this.
Yes, they're both sophomore. And Braden Bachman, too.
What a fun year.
And Bachman's a sophomore, so he'll be here for the next 2 years. It's insane. Team Center Communications on bye. Quickly, let's mention you because our buys have all been terrible this year. You have by far the highest scoring buy we've ever had by about 50 points. You put up 71 in your buy. That's because you had Morgan Pennington, who ran for 2 touchdowns for Mercer County. Connor Davis, 4 catches for 92 yards for Lincoln. Ashton Drakeford, who you had at quarterback, played wide receiver on Friday. He got you 12.5. Your defense got you 9. 71 points for Team Center Communications.
Yes.
Standings look like this. Team Center Communications 6-1. 6-1. I am 5-3. I'll have my bye this week. I'm the only one who hasn't had a bye, so the final week I get a bye. 3-4 for Mr. Packett. 2-5 for Derek and Radio Rick. When you look at the point swing, Team Center Communications, he is so Danville in Boyle County. He scored 859, 859 points.
Wow.
He's just got it in his blood. A high five from Team Derek, 859. Mr. Packett's 11 points behind at 848. I'm 88 points behind. Derek is 114 points behind. And Radio Rick, nearly 200 points behind, 199.3 behind.
But that's not 200.
That's embarrassing.
Not 200 yet, but you got one more week to make it 200. All right, matchups this week look like this. I'm on bye, so I'm out. So I guess I'll pick for Mr. Packett since Mr. Packett can't be here. Radio Rick takes on Team Derek for the last place. I'll pick for Mr. Packett taking on Matt, which is essentially a battle for the points lead. Mr. Packett's only 11 points behind, so Matt could, for all intents and purposes, if he wins this week and outscores Mr. Packett, which he'd have to do to win, could put together the most dominant performance in the history of the Fantasy League by a single team.
Wow, that'd be great.
He would be 7-1 and would lead all the points. He's just grinning in here like a bushel bucket full of possum heads. He has got a grin from ear to ear. The Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft. Mr. Packett was the leading scorer. I did it last week, so Rick, since you helped pick with Mr. Packett,
you guys should do it together, you know?
Want to do it together?
Yeah.
All right, in the count of three.
Hold hands.
The count of three. The Danville Family Dentistry High School Fantasy Football Draft is brought to you by 1, 2, 3.
Danville Family Dentistry. It's all about you.
Nailed it.
Danville Family Dentistry, we're all about you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Neal at Danville Family Dentistry. We can all agree life is busy and our days are full. Don't let getting a dental appointment be part of the stress. Call us at 236-2488 and let us help keep your smile beautiful and healthy. We are open 5 days a week to accommodate your schedule. At Danville Family Dentistry, we are all about you. We are located at 132 North 2nd Street. Again, that's Danville Family Dentistry, 236-2488.
Mr. Packett will pick first. He was second last week, so he'll pick first. I'll pick for him. Radio Rick gets no back-to-backs this week.
What?
He gets second. He had back-to-backs last week. At the fourth pick, I was third, but since I'm on bye, Radio Rick moves up 2 spots to second. Matt will pick third. Derek will pick fourth.
I should move up 1 spot.
I'm on bye. All right, so here we go. 1-1 for Mr. Packett. I'm going to go with Maury Brown.
Ooh, Maury.
I mean, how can you not go with a guy that scored 62.8 last week? Got to go with him. Maury Brown is off the board in 1-1. Radio Rick, you're up.
I guess I'll have to take Ethan Willoughby.
If you're going to force Rick's hand, he'll take the Iron Horse, as Mr. Packett calls him, Ethan Willoughby at quarterback. Team Center Communications.
Tavy Quisenberry.
Had to shorten his name to Q-Berry on our fantasy football stat sheet because he had so many stats I couldn't fit it all without bumping the next line over. Montaven Q-Berry is off the board. Team Derek. Team Harrodsburg Mercer County Tourist Commission, back-to-back.
Braden Boffman.
Okay.
I do. Malachi Simmons.
2 good running backs, Braden Boffman, Malachi Simmons, RBs 1 and 2. Team Center Communications. It's back to you for 1 pick.
Avery Bodner.
We do have Avery, by the way, in our quarterback spot today. We know Sage is not playing tonight, so we have Avery Bodner as the quarterback. You know, we have no idea how many snaps he'll play at quarterback, if they'll rotate him in and out, if he'll play running back, but we got to have somebody as Boyle County's quarterback, so Avery Bodner falls into that spot. Avery Bodner is off the board. It goes back to Radio Rick. Rick, who do you want?
I will take Denham Griffith.
Denham Griffith, Mercer County running back. Had a big game for Rick last week, so why not? Denham Griffith is off the board. All right, it goes back to Mr. Packett, who gets back-to-back picks.
Back-to-back at Packett.
Give Mr. Packett Evan Stevens, Casey County running back. We miss Mr. Packett's one-liners on here, too, when he's on here. His zingers. His zings. Usually directed towards Derek.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
Yeah, but that's all. You can make up for it at Thanksgiving.
Guess it's initiation to.
Are you going to spend Thanksgiving together?
I think we got one tomorrow.
Really? Already?
Yeah, in Ashland.
Long drive. Mr. Packett going to be there?
I believe so.
Wow. I wish I could be a fly on the wall.
Are you going to hug it out and...
going to dap each other up? Hey, bro.
Yeah.
Nice seeing you, man.
What about those Admirals and Rebels?
Yeah, they did good last night, didn't they? Yeah, they did, Derek. What about your Titans? Oh, yeah.
Saving any lives, Mr. Packett.
So, how's the weather in Lexington? I need one more pick. Let's see. I'll go with... I'm trying to think of who's going to win today, and I think Danville, Boyle, and probably Casey are going to win. A little bit tougher. I think Garrett has a chance to win. So give me Cameron Peak, actually. Let's go Cameron Peak. I think Garrett has a chance to beat Fleming County. Cameron Peak is off the board. Pretty good start for Mr. Packett. Rick, you're back up.
Morgan Pennington.
Radio Rick wants all of the Mercer County rushing yards. Morgan Pennington, who has not been even on the roster all year long until Matt drafted him last week, and he's always been kind of the second guy behind Denham Griffith, but he's good enough to put on here. He gets stats, so Morgan Pennington, Rick taking advantage of that, is off the board. Matt, you're up.
Dalton Stone.
Dalton Stone will go in RB1 spot for Matt. Maybe with Avery Bodner at quarterback. Dalton, the running back, gets the handoffs. That's what Matt is hoping for. Derek, you're up. One pick. Back-to-back pick.
Solomon Stonebreaker and Gunnar Floyd.
Solomon Stonebreaker and Gunnar Floyd. Two Casey County receivers are off the board. Matt, back to you.
Boyle defense.
The Rebel defense. Again, here we are. 4th, 5th round or so is usually when defense start to get picked, and I always forget about it until someone makes that first pick. So we'll see if Rick keeps up the defensive trend. Rick, who are you going with? One pick.
I will go with Jakey Tarter.
Jakey Tarter. All right, it goes to Mr. Packett. I'll back-to-back it for Mr. Packett. Danville defense will go off the board. I'm picking a squad for Mr. Packett. This is ridiculous. Watch what I do next.
You did it last week, too.
I know. Keenan Stewart, wide receiver, number 1 spot.
You should just act like you're drafting for Packett every week and you wouldn't lose.
I mean, I'm 5-3. I'm not doing terrible. I'm going to end up with a 5-3 record. So
yeah, it's not terrible.
I mean, it's better than Derek. It's also better than Rick. It's better than Mr. Packett, but Mr. Packett's been better than me drafting, but it's because we've drafted for him. So really, I've been maybe the best. I've maybe been the best drafter all year, even better than Matt. When you look at what I've done for Mr. Packett.
Yeah.
So really, I should have the trophy. Thank you.
If you put,
I crowned myself a champion. All right.
If you put
season's over.
Your points with Mr. Packett's points, you outscore me easy
by a lot. All right, Radio Rick, one pick.
That wouldn't really be fair.
Doesn't matter what's fair.
You're right.
It matters making me the winner. Inviting you all in my studio every single week to do this draft.
That was very possessive, wasn't it? My studio. You think he tells people that's his house to his wife? It's not his and Rebecca's.
It's got my stuff hanging up on the wall, my college diploma. Come on.
I believe it's my time. Thank you.
Sorry. Stepping on Rick's toes.
Ashton Drakeford.
Okay. Ashton Drakeford is off the board. All right, Matt, one pick.
Elon Lane.
Elon Lane off the board. Derek, back-to-back.
Cole Andrews.
First kicker off the board is Cole Andrews, and it comes in the last pick of round 5.
Casey County defense.
And the Rebel defense of Casey County. Team Matt, you're up. Center Communications.
Go ahead and give me Luke Spangler.
Luke Spangler is off the board. He'll go in Matt's wide receiver number 2 spot. Rick, you're up.
Caleb Wiltshire.
Caleb Wiltshire, the kicker, is off the board. Okay, Mr. Packett is going to back-to-back it here. Let's see. Give me Hayden Elliman, Garrett County wide receiver. Hayden got Matt some points last week. Give me 1 second. Let's look up how much you got Matt. Hayden Elliman last week got him 14 points.
Yeah, solid.
2 catches for 33 yards, a pick 6, and 27 rushing yards. Got him 14 points. Hayden Elliman's off the board. You get that much from a late-round draft pick, you're solid. Especially when Maury scores you 70. Flex or kicker, give me Zach Daly, Garrett County kicker for Mr. Packett. Back to Rick. Rick, who do you got?
I'll take Jackson Perry.
Jackson Perry will go in your flex. Rick's gone with him the last couple of weeks, or did 2 weeks ago, I think, and he had a big game for Rick.
He gets a touchdown about almost every game.
Man, you're up. One pick.
Give me the Bix.
Josh Bixler. Yeah, I was hoping he'd make it to me, too, or Mr. Packett. Josh Bixler is off the board. Derek, back-to-back, and you're done.
Wade Lane.
Okay, he'll go in your flex. Lade Wayne.
Fun fact, my middle name's Wade, so obviously I need to get him on the team.
You can do him?
No, his first name, my middle name.
I thought his middle name was Packett.
Who, Derek's?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's Wade. I just said that twice.
You going to change your last name to Packett?
I don't know. Let's see if he'll adopt me.
Well, Packett's last name's not Packett. It's Yankee.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Derek
Definitely
Yankee.
don't want to be a Yankee.
Derek Yankee.
Derek Packett.
Hey, sounds good.
It's more like Derek Red Sox.
Hey-o. Get it? Because his last name's Yankee.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't get it, but now I do.
Good one, Matt.
Thanks. Yeah. Everyone's cracking up, listening right now. Hilarious.
Thaddeus Mace.
Thaddeus Mays. Good pick, Derek. Thaddeus Mays, Derek's quarterback. Matt, you need a kicker.
Ethan Willoughby.
Okay.
Hey, I don't want to pick a defense. I want to pick something else. Since I'm in last place, I can.
Pick whatever you want, but your defense is going to be blank if you don't pick one.
All right.
Maybe better off for you.
Give me Mercer or give me Death.
All right. He goes back to Mr. Packett. He needs a flex. Mr. Packett, and in his flex, is going to take Micah Phillips, Lincoln County running back. All right, so here's the matchups. Mr. Packett is taking on Team Center Communications. Mr. Packett, Maury Brown at quarterback, Evan Stevens, Cameron Peak running backs, Keenan Stewart, Hayden Elliman wide receivers, Micah Phillips is flex, Zach Daly is kicker. The Admiral defense is his defense.
Really good picks, Packett.
Thank you. You're welcome. Matt has Avery Bodner at quarterback, Dalton Stone, Elon Lane at running backs, Q-Berry, a wide receiver, Luke Spangler, a wide receiver, Josh Bixler, a flex, Willoughby, his kicker, and the Rebel defense. This is defense. What do you think, Derek, between those two, Mr. Packett or Matt?
It's hard to root against Matt because he's done so good this year, but I really didn't like several of his picks this time.
So, Mr. Packett?
It's kind of got lazy over here on us, but yeah, I'm going to Packett on that.
Didn't show up last week. Some questionable picks this week. He's mailing it in.
This is the first week I didn't do extensive research.
He's coasting.
The only reason Derek said that is they're going to spend quality time.
Yeah, that is true. You can't pick against Mr. Packett.
That's what that's going to be going on Saturday.
Yeah. No, just going to be eating some turkey, probably.
Let's get this back on the train tracks here. Radio Rick's got Derek. Rick's got the Iron Horse at quarterback, Ethan Willoughby. Denham Griffith and Morgan Pennington, the running backs. Jakey Tarter, Ashton Drake for the wide receivers. Jackson Berry, the flex. Caleb Wilcher, the kicker. Mercer's defense is defense. Derek's got Thad Mays at quarterback. Braden Boffman, Malachi Simmons at running backs. Solo Stoney and Gunnar Floyd at wide receivers. Wade Lane is flex. Kicker is Cole Andrews. Defense is Casey County. That leaves it to me. I'll go Hayden Holcomb at quarterback. He's Garrett County's quarterback.
Okay.
My running backs are going to be... There's nobody left.
Brock Driver.
Go Brock Driver and Bubby McPherson.
Yeah, Bubby McPherson.
Okay, Bubby McPherson.
Freshman for Boyle.
Boyle. He was a leading rusher one game for him.
Yeah.
Bubby McPherson and Brock Driver. So Bubby has been picked for the first time in his career in the fantasy draft as a freshman. Not bad. Way to go, Bubby. Get some rushing yards tonight. Wide receiver, give me...
Did you say brushing yards? Get some brushing yards, Bubby.
Is it Bubba or Bubby?
Bubby.
Bubby, get some rushing yards. What I wanted to say. I don't know if I said it.
Take Will Alexander.
Will Alexander, thanks, Rick, a wide receiver. Who else? I'll let you pick my team. Rick, who else should I pick?
Seth Horton.
Yeah, definitely Seth.
Seth Horton. In my flex, think Connor Davis. Yep, Connor Davis, why not? My kicker, who's left?
Colby Cheese and Jace Coconut.
I got to go. It's the last week of the season. I got to go Colby Cheese. I actually write Colby Cheese on the board, too. Colby Cheese. And my defense, give me Garrett County, going against Fleming County. Derek, appreciate you coming in.
Thanks, guys.
Have fun with Mr. Packett tomorrow at the family Thanksgiving. Any party words for us, Radio Rick?
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck, everybody.
Thank you, Matt. More Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show is coming up on the Hometown Radio Network.
Scar tissue that I wish you saw. Sarcastic Mr. Know-It-All. Close your eyes.
We tried Dynovite nutritional supplement, and after a couple of weeks, we noticed a big difference. Our little Gizmo's coat was shinier, and there was a lot less scratching and shedding.
My dog smelled and scratched constantly. We bathed and sprayed her, took her to the vet, but no results. Now, a little Dynovite in her food helps Bella keep her beautiful coat with no scratching or smell.
Happier, healthier with every bite. Over 1 million pets helped with Dynovite.
If you're 19 or older with certain underlying medical conditions such as asthma or diabetes, you can get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia, a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. If you're 65 or older, it is also recommended you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. No matter the season, talk to your doctor about vaccination today and learn more at lung.org/protect yourself. A message from the American Lung Association in collaboration with Pfizer.
Furnished by the American Lung Association.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Take your solid waste and recycling to one of the convenience centers operated by Boyle County with no fee for Boyle residents. In Danville on Ghost Pike, in Junction City on Alum Springs Road, in Perryville on Harrodsburg Road, in Mitchellsburg on Mitchellsburg Road, and in Forkland on Forkland Road. For days and times open, go online to BoyleKY.com.
Boyle County's our home, so let's keep it clean.
Here at Zaxby's, we have perfectly paired all of our sauces to go with our hand-breaded chicken fingers. Seriously, it's science. Each flavor profile is in perfect harmony with each other. The crisp, zesty notes of honey mustard, the full, rounded, bold flavor of buffalo garlic blaze, the elegant, spicy smoke of Tug Torch, all the perfect pair to our famous chicken fingers. Test them out for yourself and grab some extra napkins. Select one from our 12 sauce options. There's endless sauce abilities, only at Zaxby's.
Good evening. Welcome to week number 10 of Packett's Picks, the segment where Packett picks, which this is really week number 9, Mr. Packett, because you weren't on the air with us last week. We missed you.
I'm sorry. Hold it against me, do you?
Nope, glad to have you back. We welcome you back with open arms this week on the show, Mr. Packett. So we don't have any games to go over last week because there were no picks made last week, but we can tell you right now, Mr. Packett, you are 30-10. The last time we had you on, you were 27-7 2 weeks ago, but you went 3-3 2 weeks ago picking games, which put you at 30-10 as we head into the playoffs.
Hey, that's not bad, but
not bad.
Could have been better.
Could have been better, should have been better. We'll see if you can continue to get better in the playoffs, Mr. Packett. Yes, you got this. All right, here we go. Playoffs start tonight, Mr. Packett. Let's start off with some of the games that I think may be easier for you to pick. Lincoln County is at Johnson Central tonight, Mr. Packett. Lincoln and Johnson Central. Pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
Ooh, it's been a really rough year for Lincoln County, and it ends tonight. Give me Johnson Central 38, Lincoln County 7.
38-7, Johnson Central by 31 over the Patriots, 38-7. And they are lambasting you in Lincoln County. I don't blame them either.
Well, they win a game, Lincoln. Come on.
Yeah, there we go. Game number 2, Webster County is at Casey County. I have no earthly idea where Webster County is. I would guess somewhere in western Kentucky would be my guess. Webster County. Sounds like a western Kentucky county, doesn't it?
It's in far western Kentucky. And guess what? They're traveling here to take an L. Casey County's going to win this game 38-21.
38-21, Casey over Webster County. Let's play a game, Mr. Packett. Can you name the Webster County mascot? The Webster County High School, what is their mascot? The Bulldogs?
Yep.
You going Bulldogs is a good guess. That is incorrect. They are the Trojans.
Oh.
The Webster County Trojans. You've got Casey County over the Trojans, 38-21. Mr. Packett, Rowan County is at Boyle County. How much do the Rebels win by tonight?
They win by 47.
Boyle County by 47 over Rowan County. Does Rowan County even score?
Nope.
47-0 shutout for the Rebels in a running clock. Monroe County is at Danville, Mr. Packett. The Admirals get this Monroe County team that's 3-7. They lost their first 7 games of the year. They won their final 3 games, playing better but also playing much weaker competition. Pick it, Packett. Who do you got, Monroe County or Danville?
Danville's going to beat Monroe 42-14.
42-14. Let's play over-under here. Over-under 227 rushing yards for Maury Brown tonight.
Over.
Over 227? What do you think?
263.
263 for Maury Brown tonight against Monroe County. He'll take that. You've got Danville over Monroe County. Mr. Packett, 2 of maybe the tougher games to pick. Garrett County is at Fleming County. The Golden Lions have played Fleming County in the playoffs before. They beat them last time they played them about 5 or 6 years ago. Do they have a chance tonight at Fleming County? Pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
Give me Fleming County. I'm going to take the home team just with a little advantage there. Fleming County, 28-20.
Fleming County 28-20, and they are Boylan and Bryant'sville and you, Mr. Packett. Can you name the Fleming County mascot?
Yeah, they're the Fleming County, I want to say Engineers, but that's Estill County.
Estill
Fleming County Pirates.
The Fleming County Pirates, it begins with a P. It's not Pirates, it's Panthers, the Fleming County Panthers. See, this is why I like this style of playoff format, because now we're seeing these teams we haven't seen in a long time. We don't even know who their mascots are. They play in different parts of the state.
Yep, that's a good guess, but I was close. I was getting close.
And last one, Mr. Packett, Mercer County is at E-Town. Mercer County, the Titans versus E-Town. I think they're the Panthers too, aren't they?
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think they are. The Titans or the Panthers? Pick it, Packett. Who do you got?
E-Town 44-0.
44-0 over Mercer County. They shut the Titans out after Mercer County dropped 63 on West Chessman last week.
Yep, 44-0.
44-0. You're sticking to it. The Panthers over the Titans. Mr. Packett has Danville winning. He has Boyle County winning. He has E-Town beating Mercer County. He has Fleming County beating Garrett County. He has Lincoln County losing to Johnson Central. And he has Casey County beating Webster County.
Go out the back door.
Go out the back door.
Yeah.
Did your Uber get there?
Yeah, our Uber's here, Joe.
All right.
Got to go, buddy.
All right, Mr. Packett, have fun at the Breeders' Cup, okay?
All right, talk to you later.
Win a lot of money. Talk to you later. Bye. Yeah, we had to cut that conversation short. Mr. Packett's going to the Breeders' Cup at Keeneland. All right, more of Zaxby's high school football preview shows coming up on the Hometown Radio Network.
Danville Physical Therapy off the bypass next to 84 Lumber will help you if you're having problems with your back and your neck, headaches, industrial work injuries, sports injuries. You need rehab, individual rehab, and skilled hands-on care with Danville Physical Therapy. Repetitive strain disorder, post-operative rehab of extremities in the spine, arthritis, it hurts. Head to Danville Physical Therapy, 474 Whirlaway Drive. The new owner and director, Samantha Ashford, has extended hours and now accepts all insurances.
For years, Southern States has been providing the comforts of energy to thousands of valued customers. Are you stuck with an unreliable propane provider? Now's the perfect time to switch. Through November 30th, all new customers can save up to $200 off their first fill when they sign up for John Deere Financial Financing. Offer good for new customers only. Trust the experts at Southern States Energy and rest easy knowing you're getting a high-quality, affordable, and reliable propane service. Call them today at 859-236-2914 or visit southernstates.com/propane. Southern States, a farmer-owned cooperative since 1923.
Joe Mathis alongside Liam Tomlinson. We are live from Admiral Stadium as the Admirals and the Monroe County Falcons will kick off in about 35 minutes. They have 25 on the scoreboard here, so we're 10 minutes off. But it will be a 7:30 kickoff on WHIR. And appreciate Mr. Packett joining us and the Derek and Matt and Radio Rick for the high school fantasy football draft. Very quickly, let's talk with what time we have left about this Monroe County and Danville matchup. And Monroe County is an interesting team. They're led by head coach John Pettit, who is in his second stint as the head coach at Monroe County. He was actually the head coach from 2004 to 2015, and he had some really successful years when he was the head coach in his first stint. His first 4 years, they went a combined 19-26. Then the following 6 years after that, they go 56-23 in that 6-year period, including back-to-back state semifinal appearances in 2008 and 2009. They both lost both of those to Fort Campbell, a state quarterfinal appearance in 2010, then back to the state semifinals in 2012. So, they had multiple 12-2 seasons, had some like 10-3 seasons, 11-3 seasons. So it's, this is a team right now in his second stint. They're trying to get back to where they were, but he's obviously a guy who can coach. He's proven that already at a team in a county that's not known for football in Monroe County. He's already had success there in his first stint. So his first 11-year stint in Monroe County, 84-63. 3 state semifinal appearances, a state quarterfinal appearance. Billy Murphy took over after him at Monroe County. Billy Murphy actually played at UK. Then in 2020, John Pettit came back to Monroe County to take over. He's got 9-19 since then in those 3+ seasons. So a 93-82 overall record at Monroe County. These two teams have played once in the WHIR scoreboard era. That's all the way back in 2010, November the 19th of 2010, a game that Danville won 48-21 in what was the third round at that point of the high school football playoffs. Danville won that game, would go to the state semifinals the next week. I remember being at that game when they played Owensboro Catholic in the state semifinals, and OCath won like 63-49 or something crazy like that. But Danville did beat Monroe County in their only other appearance against the Monroe County Falcons. This offense for Monroe County is going to be a lot like Danville, where they are going to want to run the football. They're not going to get any yards basically through their passing game. This is a strong run-heavy team. So it's like Danville in that regard, but it's also the direct opposite of Danville in how they get their rushing yards. Danville does it mostly from shotgun formations, mostly with Maury Brown at quarterback. He's either going to take the snap himself and run for about 10 yards or hand it off to Braden Boffin, and Braden's going to run for about 10 yards. It's not that way with Monroe County. They're going to go strong power formations, I formations, old school football type stuff where they're running ISOs right up the gut, trying to get 3 or 4 yards in a cloud of dust and move the football and move the chains that way. So two teams, both of them really want to run the football. Their offense revolves around that, but they do it in two completely different ways.
Yeah, sounds like might get out of here a little early tonight, or we could be here really late, depending how these offenses want to go.
Yes, if the defenses don't come to play, maybe we get out here late. But the way the game is going to flow with two teams that run it a ton, it certainly looks like it could be a quick game. But we've seen games go really long here as well. That Atherton game lasted forever, so who knows how this game will play out. Danville and Monroe County, 7:30 kickoff on WHIR. Mercer County is at E-Town on WHBN. Boyle County hosts Rowan County on WRNZ. And Garrett County is at Fleming County on HometownLive.net. Peace, love, and Zaxby's, and we'll see you next Friday either from Metcalfe County if Danville wins tonight, or in studio on the Zaxby's High School Football Preview Show. God bless. Have a great, fun, and safe Friday evening. And hopefully your favorite team wins tonight on the Hometown Radio Network.
This is the talk of the town